A convicted murderer who confronted an armed terrorist on London Bridge last year is to have his prison sentence reconsidered by parole board 10 months early. Stephen Gallant had been attending a prisoner rehab event at Fishmongers Hall in the City of London when another attendee, Usman Khan, began stabbing those around him. The Lord Chancellor has now granted Gallant what's known as a royal prerogative of mercy in recognition of what was described as this exceptional brave actions.
Now, there was a record number of shop closures in Great Britain in the first 6 months of this year as the coronavirus pandemic took its toll on the retail industry.
The figures show that more than 11,000 outlets chaired between January and June.
Shopping habits were already changing before the pandemic hit. Online sales on the up, many physical stores struggling. Those trends have accelerated. Researchers who track retail and leisure sites, as well as services like bank branches, say their data showed over 11,000 chain outlets had closed in Great Britain since January. About 5,000 had opened. That adds up to a net decline of 6,000, about twice as many as a similar period last year. The total could end up being higher. Outlets that hadn't yet reopened after lockdown weren't counted, nor were independents. According to the research, where there have been openings, they've tended to be in categories like grocery and value retail, local tradespeople setting up shop, and also takeaways. One retail expert told me the way we use town centres has changed for good. Recently, local high streets have benefited from people working from home more. However, the big picture is that retailers and hospitality chains are expected to cut more stores and thousands of jobs to survive.
The sequins are back, the glitter ball is out, and the first ever same-sex couple on Strictly Come Dancing was revealed last night.
Nicola Adams made history after she was partnered with professional Katya Jones. The Olympic gold medalist joined 11 other celebrity contestants for the show's launch last night. The pandemic means Strictly has a new look this year, with the judges, presenters and audience all socially distanced.
Wow. It hasn't lost any of its glamour though, has it?
No. Do you know what? It felt like Saturday night last night.
Yeah.
I was in bed, my mug of cocoa, watching Strictly again.
It's a high-rolling lifestyle you live to, isn't it? It looks fantastic, doesn't it? And you know, because you wonder how different it will look on the telly with all the obvious social distancing that has to be done. But that looks great.
I think they did a very good job. Great to have Saturdays back.
Yeah.
Time now for a look at the newspapers. Let's look at the front pages. The Observer is reporting that 1 million young people between the ages of 16 and 24, dubbed the Covid generation, will struggle to find work when the furlough scheme ends this month, and there will be a jobs crisis within weeks.
The Sunday People says the NHS is facing a shortage of frontline staff and a lack of coronavirus tests, which could, it says, produce a perfect winter storm. It also says that GP surgeries are facing delays of up to a month to get hold of supplies of the flu vaccine.
And the main page of the Liverpool Echo website is dominated by the story that the city has negotiated a £50 million support package from government to try and help businesses affected by strict new coronavirus restrictions in the region.
Liverpool is in Tier 3. Manchester is in negotiations with the government. A bit of an acrimonious row which has rumbled on. The Manchester Evening News has published a special report detailing that row between the local leaders and the government in Westminster over whether or not the city region should be subjected to Tier 3 restrictions. Let's have a look at a couple of inside pages. Just if you do get time to get a paper today, you want to have a look and flick through. This is from inside the Mirror, the Sunday Mirror. A sauna for seal pups is what it's talking about. This is vets who've used a wallpaper steamer, a wallpaper stripper effectively, to create a sort of sauna-like effect for seal pups who are struggling to breathe if they have some kind of bronchial problems. They're able to use that because they found that the veterinary steamers weren't creating a sort of a humid enough environment for them.
Oh, lucky them.
Go.
And I'm loving this story this morning. He is my hero, Cormac Thompson. He recorded his favourite song, Danny Boy, and has ended up with a record deal. He's only 11. See him there in front of his piano. Fantastic news for him.
Talented lad.
Absolutely.